Hello friends, Laporta listed 5 perfect candidates for Koeman's place. PSG offered MBAPPE a crazy amount of money, and Suarez harshly roasted Barca once again. We are ready to delight you with our new release and make your Football Friday as interesting as possible. Subscribe, give us a like and be on the same wavelength with us. While you're writing, we proceed to begin. Let's get going! The goalkeeper of Sheriff, Giorgos Athanasiadis, was named the best player of the week in the Champions League, informs the press office of UEFA. Inter claimed a loss of €245.6 million last season, the biggest one in the history of Serie A. Real Madrid have decided to sign Edinson Cavani. The transfer of the Uruguayan from Man United may take place as early as January. Kingsley Coman is unhappy at Bayern, feeling not appreciated enough by the club. The winger wants to get himself a new and improved contract, according to Bild. I think Lukaku can do much better for Chelsea. If they can figure out how to use him, then Chelsea can become the team to beat in the Champions League this season. Sky Sport Italia quoted Antonio Conte. Arsenal is showing interest in Sevilla striker Youssef En-Nesyri. The Gunners may include Alexandre Lacazette in the deal. At Barca, there is a war that hurts the players. I personally recommend to Xavi that he waits. This is not the ideal time to go to the club. The newspaper Sport S quotes Luis Suarez as saying, Wolfsburg has extended the agreement with defender Maxime Lacroix until the summer of 2025. Harry Kane has scored a hat-trick in each of the 3 different European tournaments, the Champions League, Europa League, and now the Conference League. UEFA named Lionel Messi's goal against Manchester City the best in this week's Champions League. Griezmann is happy to be back in Madrid. He's got a smile on his face, noted head coach of the French national team Didier Deschamps in an interview with L'Équipe. Jadon Sancho has 0 goals and 0 assists in his first 8 appearances for Man United. Napoli and Lorenzo Insigne have begun negotiations for a new contract. The Italian's current agreement with the club expires next summer. Chelsea striker Timo Werner will consider changing the club in case he never succeeds in getting his spot in the Blues' starting lineup. Barcelona midfielder Gavi received a call-up to the national team of Spain for the Nations League playoffs, the press office of Furia Roja informs. The guy is only 17 years old. I've never had a problem with Massimiliano Allegri. I know journalists like it a lot when Juve start the season badly, so they can start pointless gossip. Federico Chiesa was quoted as saying by Football Italia. Bruno Fernandes was chosen as the penalty taker for the match against Villarreal despite missing versus Aston Villa last week. The Portuguese himself told about the matter on the air of CBS Sports. Real Madrid signed the right-back of Atalanta Joachim Male. Los Blancos see him as a long-term replacement for Dani Carvajal. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Thiago Alcantara will not help Liverpool against Manchester City due to injuries, Sky Sports stated. I don't think Joan Laporta has my phone number. I'm not going to leave the national team of Spain, Luis Enrique assured. Konami has launched eFootball 2022, which restarted the PES franchise. Players have already made fun of the faces of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Atletico is closely following the contract situation for Napoli midfielder Fabian Ruiz. The player has no intention to sign a new agreement with the Neapolitans, and the current one expires in the summer of 2023. Bayern winger Leroy Sané has hit 7 successful dribbling attempts during matchday 2 of the UEFA Champions League group stage, more than any other player. Loris Karius intends to finally leave Liverpool in the winter transfer window, Bild writes. This season, Mario Götze has scored 5 goals and 6 assists for PSV in 15 appearances in all competitions. Nice supporter who attacked Marseille midfielder Dimitri Payet during the matchday 3 game of Ligue 1 received a suspended sentence. Moreover, he was banned from visiting stadiums for 5 years. Real Madrid will be interested in signing Chelsea defender Antonio Rudiger in case he becomes a free agent next summer, Fabrizio Romano informs. Pelé was finally discharged from the hospital after a surgery to remove a tumor in his colon. Nevertheless, the legendary Brazilian will continue to undergo chemotherapy. Cristiano Ronaldo has 12 goals in the Champions League during the 90th minute and at a time. This is a tournament record. Bayern Munich and Serge Gnabry are in the final stages of negotiations on a new contract. All questions on the papers have been settled, and the club only has to announce the extension of cooperation with the midfielder. The Europa League and the Conference League were back yesterday. The results of the Matchday 2 are on your screens. Now we are to dive into the main news of the release. Atletico striker Luis Suarez gave a new interview to Spanish media, in which he once again shared his thoughts on the current situation in his former club Barcelona and the way the club sold him in September 2020. "I hold no grudge at the club. I remember great moments in Barcelona, but it was hurt by people from whom I did not expect it. I always gave everything to Barcelona, but then I was treated like that. Barca is in a difficult situation. I don't like it because I have feelings for this club. At the same time, I believe in karma. I haven't forgotten that I was a professional and I would train every day without potting because that is what I have to do. Because I'm like that and fate will have its own end." Mundo Deportivo quotes Suarez. PSG once again offered its striker Kylian MBAPPE to sign a new contract on improved terms, reports the portal Todo Fichajes. It also became known that the leadership of the Parisian club is ready to raise the Frenchman's salary to 50 million euros per season, making him the highest paid player on the team. At the moment, according to the newspaper L'Equipe, Mbappe earns about 12 million euros a year, while his stellar teammates Lionel Messi and Neymar receive 30 million each. Assessing the earnings of the Argentinian and the Brazilian, Mbappe naturally cannot be fully satisfied with his financial situation. At the same time, he still did not respond to the offer of PSG bosses. The Red and Blues are desperate to keep Kylian, though he still wants to move to Real Madrid. If during the season negotiations with Mbappe do not get off the ground, PSG will do its best to buy the forward of Bayern Munich, Robert Lewandowski, on which we have repeatedly written in our previous issues. Do you think this replacement will suit the Parisians? Leave your opinions in the comments. We go on with updates on the coaching situation in Barcelona. The Catalan's president Joan Laporta has brought up a list of candidates for the place of Ronald Koeman, whom the Blaugranas will say goodbye to after Saturday's match against Atletico. Besides, we note right away that Laporta's shortlist has been reduced to 5 candidates. It includes Xavi Hernandez, Andrea Pirlo, Roberto Martinez, River Plate head coach Marcelo Gallardo, and you won't believe it, Thomas Tuchel, who is seen as the perfect candidate in the eyes of the president. Fabrizio Romano claims that Gallardo and Pirlo want to get a job at the Camp Nou, but there have been no negotiations about that yet. What's more, everything is not so simple for the option with Xavi. According to insider Gerard Romero, Laporta believes that the former Blaugranas player is not yet ready for such a serious job. It turns out that Barcelona will most likely focus on Martinez and Tuchel, though the appointment of the Chelsea manager seems to be something unrealistic, and against his background, the head coach of the Belgium national team is the most adequate and balanced candidate. We are thoroughly monitoring the situation, looking forward to more news on the topic in the upcoming weeks. Friends, watch the suggested videos from our other projects. It was Football News. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.